Hello, everyone. Welcome to the final live stream of the day. We're wrapping up our Student Story Week, and today we've been meeting with all sorts of colleges and universities around the world. And we're ending on a really cool note. So I have my friend Robbie here from North Central College. Robbie, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much.
So before we dive into our topic, how about you tell our viewers where you're from and what you're studying at North Central College?
Yeah, so hello everyone. I'm Robbie Sabad. I'm from Budapest, Hungary. I've been at North Central for 2 years now, and I'm majoring in biology and minoring in chemistry.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that sounds like quite a heavy course load, but
It's
you
a lot
seem to
of
be
fun.
managing.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Awesome. So, our topic of today's stream is all about internship opportunities. But before we dive into the subject, talking, about what all you've done during your 2 years at NCC, I want to backtrack a little bit. You said you're from Hungary. So I want to know, why did you choose North Central? Like, what brought you to choose this college specifically?
And this is a fun story. I was at a conference in Estonia, Tallinn, and it was like a youth leaders conference. And I met with someone who was from the United States, and I told her like, hey, I'm looking at some universities in the States, and she really said that she lived in Naperville, and she said North Central is an amazing school, and I should check it out. And when I did, it was great because North Central offers scholarships, merit-based scholarships for international students. It's a great sized school, and it has a really good location, very close to downtown Naperville, but also Chicago. So it had everything that I really was looking for in a great science program. So I decided to apply.
Wow. And were you able to visit the campus in person before you arrived, or was your arrival the first
No,
time?
unfortunately. It was the first
Oh,
time, but I took
wow.
a virtual tour. On the college's website,
Okay.
you can take a virtual tour of the college.
Awesome. So what did you think when you first stepped on campus? Were you happy? Were
I
you
was blown
surprised?
away. Yeah, it was very beautiful. There's a lot of green place here, or a lot of trees, and we call it J lawn. It's a big lawn of grass, and a lot of people hang out there. It's beautiful, very modern. They have the new science building, which I am in right now. It's only like 5 or 6 years old, so very modern and very nice. Everyone was very friendly here too.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you've had a happy experience so far. And, it can be scary if you're not able to go visit ahead of time. Sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, like, am I gonna like it? So I'm really glad that, you had that virtual tour to refer to, and that you weren't disappointed when you showed up on campus in real life. So that's great.
Not at all.
Very cool. Awesome. So let's just go ahead and dive right into this topic. Okay, so we're going to be talking about internships. And this is something that a lot of students want to do. They know the importance of it. So I want to ask you, first of all, how many internships have you had while you've been a student at NCC?
So I'm only had one, but I was supposed to have two, but my previous one was canceled because of COVID, unfortunately.
Right.
So yeah, this is my first one right now.
Okay, awesome. And you're in your third year, right? You're starting your third year?
I'm starting my third year, yes.
Very cool. And where is your current internship? Tell me about
So
that. What are you doing?
yes, currently I am researching with Dr. Weissig, the molecular biologist here at North Central College, and we're doing a summer undergraduate research program. That's what I'm in, and it's many of the professors here have their own area of studies, and they offer research positions, internships for some of the students to join them during the summer to do research in a more intensive way. And so I applied here, and I'm doing research with Dr. Weissig in molecular
Wow,
biology.
that's so interesting. What type of research are you doing? It'll probably go way over
So,
my head, but I'm
yeah.
curious.
So right now we are looking at a protein repair enzyme called PCM, and we're investigating it from two sides. There's two groups. My group is investigated from a molecular genetic standpoint, and we're trying to create this reporter plasmid that will be able to tell if our enzyme is working or not. So that's what we're doing.
Wow, very interesting. And what does
Yeah,
that
I know it
relate
sounds
to?
fancy.
Yeah, it
So
does. That's what I'm
PCM,
trying to figure it out. Yeah.
yeah. So PCM is a protein repair enzyme, and so what we're trying to do is figure out how it works and how we can use it. So previous experiments have shown that, for example, enhanced PCM transcription can alter the age of flies, and it actually increased the lifespan of flies by 30%. So this we know that this
Wow.
protein has to do with tissue regeneration and slowing down aging. So this whole research could potentially tie into slowing down aging, helping tissue regeneration, and
Ooh.
potentially prolonging the human life. Yeah.
Wow. Well, and if you work on any cutting edge face creams, I'm about to turn 30 and I'm working on my skincare. I could use some anti-aging molecular biology cutting edge technology. So I'm really curious to see what all you do with that
Of
research.
course.
I'm sure there's going to be way cooler things though than face cream that come out of that. So
We'll see.
super
We'll see.
interesting stuff. No, it's really cool to know that as a student, just starting your third year, that you're involved with something like I've said, so cutting edge. It's really, really
Yes,
interesting.
and it's very positive because I also am very independent. So usually the professor, we had a discussion in the very beginning what the project is going to look like and what are our goals. And once we set our goals and the kind of the road we're going to take, he just allowed me to go ahead and do it. So most days I come into the lab, I talk to him about what I'm going to do today. Go ahead and do it, and then at the end of the day, I say
Mhm.
goodbye and tell him what I'm planning on doing tomorrow. And if I have, of course, questions,
Wow.
I can talk to him, but I mostly work on my own and it's very independent, which I really enjoy that I have this freedom to just try things out and do things on my own.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. And it's cool to know that, the professor you're working under, that he has that confidence in you as well and gives you that
Oh,
freedom to kind of go with your gut and work on what you think you need to work on. And that's really, that's a life lesson that you're taking there because in a lot of jobs in the future, you're going to have to work independently. And obviously
yes.
you have that natural ability, which I think is definitely something employers look for. Um, so I want to know a little bit, how did you find this internship? Did you get like matched up with it? Like what was the process to obtain something like this?
So our college is amazing because we get emails regularly about internship opportunities, and especially within your major. So I'm a biology major, so I get weekly emails about what is going on in the world of biology and what are the professors doing. And so they send out regularly internship opportunities to students. Overall in general, but also major specifically. So whatever you're studying, you're going to get on the mailing list and you get all these great news and opportunities presented to you. And we also have the North Central College Biology website, and that has opportunities tab, and you can see a bunch of internship opportunities there as well.
That's good. So, the university provides the resources. You just have to look for it and go for it. And that's something
Yes.
that's been a very common thread throughout this entire week of the student story series is really with anything we're talking about, it always comes down to you taking advantage of the opportunities that are available. If
Yes.
you have a goal and if you want something to happen, you're the one who has to go for it. But it's nice to be
Yes.
someplace where they help set you up for that success. So that's really cool.
And I was really
Um,
grateful because this semester I was taking genetics and I knew my
mm,
professor was amazing. And she actually helped me write my cover letter and my CV for my application because she knew I was doing this
cool.
scientific thing. So she looked over with me and helped me out and gave me great tips. So even the professors are really helping us and trying to get us those internships.
Yeah, that's incredible because that's also something that can be kind of hard to figure out, how to
Yes,
write a proper
especially if
CV
you're
and a
doing
cover
it for the
letter.
first time. Yeah.
Yeah. And every country, they handle those documents differently, what's included, what's not
Yeah.
included. I live in Mexico and like here, for example, it's very normal for people to put like their pictures on their CV.
Yes. Yeah.
In the States, we have, lots of regulations around non-discrimination. So our CVs are kind of devoid of any like personal information about like age and if you're married or if you have kids or that kind of thing. But here, they put everything on their CV. So that's one thing I see that, students don't understand those things. So it's good to have a helping hand, someone who can review it and tell you like what to include, what not to include.
Yes.
That way you don't get into kind of an embarrassing situation where you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that people don't do that here.
Yes.
Awesome. I have kind of a personal question about your internship. And again, this is something students always want to know about. If the internships are paid or unpaid, where do you fall in that scale? Is your internship paid,
I
or are
am
you doing it
paid.
just for the Okay, very nice. That's a bonus. That's a nice plus.
Indeed. Yes.
Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, how do you use the money from your internship? Like, do you save it? Do you spend it?
Yeah, so part of it I use for living expenses because I live on the campus since I'm doing the internship.
Mhm.
And most of it I'm just using it for tuition for next year.
Yeah, that's good. And do you have any other like on-campus jobs or just the internship?
Yes, I actually
Wow.
work part-time with Priya at the Center for Global Education. I'm a front desk worker during the school year, and I'm a resident
Nice.
assistant in the Office of Residence Life.
Very cool. Okay, so there are definitely tons of opportunities for those students who want to make some extra money while they're studying.
Yes, especially
It's really
international students. Yeah,
cool.
it's very important. And currently, we have 5 resident assistants who are international students, and all of them get room and board for free for the whole year. That's the payment for the resident
Wow.
assistant. That's a very great opportunity for international students to join the Residence Life office.
Yeah, that's a great incentive, and that's something I think students don't know about until they arrive on campus. But yeah, if you work in like residence life, if you're a resident assistant, a lot of times you will get like your housing for free or discounted or something. So if
Yes.
you're one of those students who's looking for ways to save some money, think about those different opportunities. Now, I know with like the part-time work that international students are allowed to do on campus, usually it's not enough money to kind of cover any tuition or things like that. So, has your internship, is that what allowed you to kind of save some money to pay your tuition?
Yes, the internship and my scholarships, and me being a resident assistant, my tuition cost dropped a good amount. So with all these
Hmm.
combined, they add up. So I can pay for tuition.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you've obviously been a very smart planner with all of these
Thank
things.
you.
Um, and that's something I want everyone to realize. These opportunities are there. Of course, you do need to have some funds available if you want to study abroad. You can't get everything covered. Typically, it's very hard to do that. But if you want to just be able to support yourself or, give your family a little bit of a break so you can help contribute to your tuition, it's great to choose a school like NCC where you have these different opportunities to make an extra income and also learn some great skills. Um, Now, Robbie, how do you think your sorry, I got tongue tied there. How do you think your internship experience is going to affect your future? Oh, Robbie, are you here with me? Okay, I think Robbie's internet has cut out. So let me see here. Priya, I cannot see you either. I think there might be some connectivity issues happening on the NCC campus. Priya, are you there with me?
I'm here. I think Robbie froze. He just messaged me on the side. I
Yeah.
think he lost his connection.
Oh, that's okay. We were
Sorry.
just about to wrap up anyway. But before we do, I don't know if Robbie will be able to jump back in. But Priya, I want to ask, do you have any advice for international students about what they can expect about the internship opportunities at NCC or just other work opportunities in general?
So in general, so like Robbie was talking specifically where he got an internship that's oh, here he comes.
So
Yay,
sorry.
you're back. It's
I don't
okay.
know what happened. I'm so sorry. My laptop just decided to restart. Amen. It's fine.
Oh,
No problem. No problem. Priya was just telling us about some of the different internship opportunities on campus. Did you want to continue that thought, Priya?
Yeah, I'll just continue really quickly and then I can disappear again. So like Robbie was talking about, specifically with research opportunities as an internship, we also do have a lot of our students, international students do get a lot of internship opportunities within the Chicagoland area. So, we, like Robbie said, we are located 30 minutes outside of Chicago. So obviously there's a lot of big global and national companies that we have a lot of partnerships with. And so a lot of our professors are actually, they either are former employees of companies or they actually are currently working at some of those companies in the city. So there's a lot of connections to build upon. And an added thing is if anyone's ever worried about transportation, our campus is located just like 2-minute walk from the train station.
Not
so
even.
Not even, right?
Wow.
Like you could go quickly. So there's a lot of trains that are coming constantly that take you directly into the city. So our students have no like problems with, like getting there. You don't need a car. Naperville is a very large suburb where majority of people who live in this suburb travel to the city for work as well. So, there's like that whole community on that. And also, just really quickly with the CPT and OPTs, we know that it's a really complicated process. I don't even understand it half the time, to be honest.
Same here. I'm like,
when people ask me, I'm like, I don't know the numbers. I don't know,
yeah, I always have to pull up a resource, to check on because it is complicated.
And it's changing a lot too. So our international student advisor in February always does a workshop for CBT and OPT, and it's for juniors and seniors to start explaining the process. He goes through a 2-hour workshop identifying what's happening. Then he actually personally checks in with all of our seniors and juniors to make sure that they have filled out the applications for OPT. And then he follows up with them constantly. So like right now, we have, of all of our international students, we had 8 students at graduation, like they just finished last week. So at the end of the year, they still hadn't found internships, but we helped them all find internships for the summer. So there's a lot of support for international students. So just to...
Yeah, I can tell, I can totally tell how involved it is. And that's not something that every school offers. So for our viewers, for you to know, this is not something that you can expect from every school. They all have, career centers and that sort of thing. But it's really nice to know that you're going to a school that's accustomed to helping international students specifically with finding these internship opportunities. Because, with CBT and OPT, if you're not familiar with that, they do require some extra steps. It's not just as simple as getting a job.
Right.
So it's good to know that you're going to a school that knows how to set all that up so you don't have any issues with your visa and that sort of thing. So thank you for that, Priya.
Sure.
Before we wrap up, Robbie, I was asking you another question. I'm really curious to hear your point of view on this. I want to know how you think your internship experience is going to impact your future.
Yes, so I think it's going to impact it a lot, actually. So I'm planning on applying for graduate school to study molecular biology in the future. What a surprise, yeah. But having an internship and doing research experience, it's very helpful for application to graduate school. And my professor who I'm doing research with, he has published several articles with student researchers previously. And so hopefully, if our research goes well, maybe by the end of the year, we can publish something in a scientific journal. And that would be amazing if I could do that in my undergraduate years. And it would be a great boost for me for graduate school, academically and professionally too. So that's things that might have a big impact.
Definitely. Oh my gosh. Well, good luck. I hope everything works out as planned. Good luck with the research. And as you mentioned, these are great opportunities to really build your resume, not only for grad school and not only just to say you've done it, but that professor you're working on could also potentially become a reference for you in the future. So that's another really, really valuable connection. Before we sign off for this stream, Robbie, do you have any advice for other international students who might be looking to study at NCC or looking at studying in the United States in general?
Yes, don't be shy. If you have questions, just ask them and don't be afraid to ask for help. I've been through this process personally. I know it's very difficult and complicated. So just ask for help when you need some, and I'm sure you'll find people willing to help you out and follow you on this journey.
That's great advice. Wonderful advice, Robbie. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. Priya, thank you so much as well for jumping in. For all of our viewers, when you start going through the process of admissions for North Central College, Priya's the one who is going to be there on the other side, helping get you prepared for arrival and all of that good stuff. And I'm sure she'll see you when you arrive on campus.
Yes.
And Robbie still has another 2 years, so I'm sure he'll be there too. But yeah, I'm really thankful to both of you for taking the time and for talking about your internship experience, Robbie. So again, thank you so much, and we will see you next time. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.